when you have honorable judges, people that really love the country, good things can happen. But we won that case in its entirety. That was the one that's going to take them down. They've been saying that for, 8 years now, right? And here we are leading in every poll. We got to get it close. You got it close.
Well, Trump is live here now.
Don't talk too much. I always say if we win, because I don't like saying when we win, because they cheat like hell. So if we win, but we got to get it close. We're close. 4 months, but you know what 4 months is in this
love
racket?
this.
Like an
Trump
eternity.
is live right here
4
in
months
Michigan.
is like an eternity, but we're leading by a lot, not just by a little. We're leading every state, every important swing state by a lot, and we're leading nationally by a lot, but we got to get it close. The radical left Democrats rigged the presidential election in 2020, and we're not going to allow them to rig the presidential election in 2024. We're not going to allow it. Democrats, Marxists, communists, and fascists indict me, I consider it a great badge of honor. You know, I've been indicted more than the legendary Alphonse Capone, Scarface. He was a tough man. See that guy right there? Ultra MAGA. You're Ultra MAGA. He's tough as hell. But if Alphonse didn't like you, you would be in the foundation of a building rising someplace in your great state, right? He was a tough cookie, this guy. I got indicted more than Alphonse Capone. Think of it. My parents are looking down. I had wonderful parents. They never saw this for me. They never saw, let's see, I'm voting for, I don't want to even read that one. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. But I'm being indicted for you. Don't worry about these fake indictments. These aren't indictments. These are Biden indictments. These are a sick, weak, pathetic man who can't run an election, so he indicts his opponent thinking that's going to win. And in many cases it would. You know, third world countries do this a lot. Banana republics do it a lot. We've never done it. And we're going to teach them why they can never do it again. Because it's actually hard to believe. It's actually driven our poll numbers way up. And then we had the debate. Did anybody watch the debate? Poll. Who won the debate? Biden or Trump? Poll, free poll. I just saved $300,000. Isn't that something? These pollsters, they go, I have Tony Fabrizio and McLaughlin back there. I got to be careful. But I just saved $300,000 doing that poll. They interview 97 people have been interviewing, and Trump is leading by a little smidgen. I got 25,000 people here or something. They got so many people outside. I wish we could include them. I'd love to get them in. Would anybody like to leave now and let the other people come? That's not nice. Never forget, our enemies want to take away my freedom, because I will never let them take away your freedom. They want to silence me, because I will never let them silence you. And in the end, they're not after me, they're after you. I just happen to be standing in their way, and I always will. Right?
There you go.
I always will, fellas.
The radical left and the fascists.
So we have some exciting news today, because we're pleased to be joined by many outstanding Michigan patriots. They are, I know every one of them, including your next U.S. Senator from Michigan, Mike Rogers. And Mike is just as adamant as me. He'll vote to stop the invasion, end inflation, halt the outsourcing of Michigan jobs, and bring back the auto industry. You are going to double or triple your auto industry within the next 3 years under Trump. Mark it down. Mark it down. Because we're not taking their cars. We want them to build the cars here, using you people to build them. Also with us is another good man who is running for Michigan Senate seat, Sandy Pensler. Do you know Sandy? So I have a big announcement to make then. Sandy has just announced that he would like to do something very important tonight. So you have Mike, who's a total pro, Sandy, who's a total pro. I'd like to ask both of them to come on up, and I'd like to have Sandy make a statement first. Thank you. Come on up, fellas.
Great, bring him up.
Thank you, Mr. President. I was so inspired when President Trump kissed the empty uniform of Corey Capitore. I flashed back immediately to a couple days after 9/11 at the local firehouse where I hugged the lone remaining survivor and looked out at 12 empty uniforms. Thank you for honoring all of them as well. My campaign was always about making America better. The best way to do that is to enact President Trump's policies. Let's go Trump! Let's go Trump! To do that, we need control of the Senate. A divisive continued primary effort hurts the chances of that.
We do need control of the Senate.
So tonight, I'm doing the right thing and ceasing my Senate candidacy. No, it's not an aha, it's the right thing. President Trump endorsed Mike Rogers. Tonight, so am I.
President Trump endorsed Mike Rogers, and so am I.
So I want you guys to look around the room tonight, because everything goes through Michigan. The presidency, the Senate, the House, and the State House. Look around, make a pledge to each other. We're gonna fight like hell to save America and elect Donald Trump, Mike Rogers, and the rest of the ticket on the Republican Party. Thank you.
Thank you, Sandy. I am honored to have you stand with us and all Republicans to win the state of Michigan. Thank you for your courage. Thank you for your leadership. You're going to be an important voice going forward in our party in Michigan. And Mr. President, I want to say this as a former law enforcement guy. It wasn't that the bullet took you to the ground. It was the fact that you got back up for America.
That's right, you got back up for America. It wasn't the bullet that took him to the ground. He got back up for America.
You bet. I have spent my career working to protect America as an Army officer, as an FBI agent working organized crime in Chicago, as the chairman of the House Intelligence Committee. I have never seen a more unsafe America because of the Democrats over the last 4 years. Here's the good news, Mr. President. You will have a partner in the United States Senate that will bring manufacturing back to Michigan. We are the arsenal of democracy. We will be again in this great state. And I'll pledge to you, I will get Department of Justice reoriented to actually going after criminals. We are going to dismantle fentanyl distribution from here to the steppes of China, and we're going to tell China, you sell in the United States, you'll have a price to pay. Mr. President, I'll guarantee you this as well. With your leadership, winning the state of Michigan, winning for the United States, putting America back in Washington, D.C. versus Washington, D.C. and the rest of America, we will make America respected again. We will bring back law and order again. We will make America safe again. Let's flip the Senate. Let's elect Donald J. Trump and Mike Rogers to the Senate, and let's get busy. Thanks, Mr. President.
Unifying the party, and that was beautiful to watch. Thank you, Sandy and Mike. And Mike, good luck. You're running against somebody that's such a bad senator. You don't even, I was there for 4 years plus. I don't even remember meeting that particular person. This is not a senator for Michigan. Mike Rogers is going to be a great senator. He's got gravitas. He really knows his way, highly respected in Washington. And I think, I mean, it should be an easy race. Nothing's easy, but it should be an easy race. So good luck, good luck. And thank you very much, Sandy, Mike. We're also joined by members of Congress, and they're great people, friends of mine, warriors. Jack Bergman. Jack? Thank you, Jack. Great job. A real friend of mine, somebody I was very much in favor of right at the beginning, John James. Thank you, John. A warrior, somebody who helped me do a lot of different things. He gets things done. Bill Heisinger. Bill, thank you, Bill. Thank you very much. And another one. These are all great people. Tim Wahlberg, thank you for everything you've done, Tim. You've been unbelievable. Always there for me, right? Always there. And a man from a slightly different location. You're not going to get there with an electric car, but unless you want to stop a few times.
Unless you want to stop a few times.
Place, and he's so respected. He's such an incredible man. Brian Mast. Brian. Thank you. Thank you, Brian. Brian. Thank you, Brian. What a guy he is. He's a warrior. He's a real warrior. Thank you, Brian. Michigan House Republican leader, Matt Hall. Thank you, Matt. Good job you're doing, Matt. Are we going to win, Matt? Will you please make sure? We need these local ones, right? That's right. Michigan Senate Republican leader, Eric Nesbitt. Thank you, Eric. Great. Thank you. Good job. A congressional candidate who I hear is doing very well, Tom Barrett. Tom, get in there and win. Good. A friend of mine who was really brave, ran a tough race. It's amazing, actually. Really did well. Her father was a very special guy who was in the steel industry, and he passed away. A battle with cancer, a long time battle, but he was fantastic. And I got to know them both very well. She's a terrific woman. Tudor Dixon.
Tudor Dixon. Very nice.
Thank you, Tudor. Ambassador Joe Sella. Thank you, Joe. Good job you're doing, Joe. Very important person in this room, Michigan GOP Chairman. Where are you? Okay. Pete Hoekstra. Oh, there he is. fought like hell for him to take that job, right, Pete? I said, Pete,
There
you
you
gotta
go.
do it. How are we doing?
That's right.
How are we doing? Huh? We're doing good. If you're in charge, he's gonna win. He was a congressman, a really good one, respected. He left. I made him ambassador. He was a great ambassador, and I then said, Pete, you gotta do it. He lives
Oh,
here.
of course.
So you gotta do it. And we appreciate you doing it. Both of you, thank you very much. We appreciate it very much. RNC chairman, he put on that show with a person named Laura Trump. How good is she? How good is she? She's unbelievable. She made a great speech. And her husband made a very good speech the other night, didn't he? Eric and Don. I don't want to talk about anyone else, only my kids, you know. But they all did well. Everybody did well, honestly. I do think Hulk Hogan, I thought he was incredible. I hadn't seen him in a while.
Right.
And I'll tell you what, I'm not going to mess with him, right? We're not going to mess with the Hulkster. But he was fantastic the other night. All of them, every single one. My granddaughter did very well. Look, she's going, what about, who said that? Who said my granddaughter? Wow. Kai. Kai is great. Great golfer. She's a great golfer. But we have another man who's very important, and the RNC chairman, Michael Watley, who's been incredible, wherever Michael is. Mike, thank you, Mike. Great job. I said, Michael, you have one job. We got so many votes, we don't know what to do with them. You got to guard the vote. When those votes get put in, they can't be missing. They can't throw them out. They can't stuff ballot boxes. They can't cheat. Make sure. And you know, he headed up North Carolina. And on that night, a while ago, that certain election night, that miserable where we thought it was won at 10 o'clock in the evening, and then all of a sudden, additional votes have been reported in various places. We don't have to get into it. North Carolina held totally steady. He had 603 lawyers working. Other people didn't have lawyers working. And
Wow.
bad things happened, but this guy held, and I said, that's the guy I want to run the party. And Michael, I know you're doing a great job, and you're going to do something very special. We don't need votes. We need to guard the vote. You ever hear the expression, too big to rig? The more we get in there, the harder it is for them. My daughter and her husband, Tiffany and Michael, where are you? Tiffany and Michael, you're around here someplace? Two great people. Fairly recently, thank you, Tiff. Great people. And Michael's father's here tonight, highly respected guy, great businessman, and a highly respected guy. From the moment we take back the White House from crooked Joe Biden and Kamala, I call her Laughing Kamala.
Laughing Kamala.
She laugh. She's crazy.
She is crazy.
You know, you can tell a lot by a laugh. No, she's crazy. She's nuts. She's not as crazy as Nancy Pelosi. Crazy Nancy. Did you see Nancy Pelosi is selling out Biden now? Did you see? She turned on him like a dog. I don't know if he should continue. All of a sudden, where did that come from?
Yeah.
She was 100%. All of a sudden, she's not sure. Not sure means he's gone. But no, she's crazy as a bed bug. She's a crazy bug.
Nancy Pelosi, crazy as a bed
I
bug.
believe we're going to have the 4 greatest years in the history of our country. I believe that.
I believe it too.
And I believe that Michigan is going to have the greatest of all of any of the states, because I'm going to bring back your auto industry. I'm not going to take this.
Gonna bring back the auto industry.
You know, in Mexico, they're building among the largest plants for auto manufacturing anywhere in the world. In Mexico, near the border, they think that they're going to make cars and sell them into the United States and lose all our jobs. It's not happening. And you know who owns those plants? China! China owns them. And we're not letting it happen. We'll put 200% tariffs on, 400, I don't care what would. Whoever is building your plants, we're not allowing any of those cars to come into the United States, okay? We're telling that to Mexico right now. You want to build those plants? A friend of mine who builds plants, that's all he can do. He's a great guy, but his strength is plants. If you say walk across the street, he's not that good at it. But to build a plant, he has no problem. He builds great auto plants. So I said, I'd like to see one. take me. He goes, well, we'll have to go to Mexico. I said, what about the United States? No, not so much. He goes, there are actually some of the biggest in the world being built right now in Mexico. I said, this happened over the last couple of years with this stupid president that we have. Stupid. He's a stupid person. And I can say it because, once he weaponized justice, I would never talk about a president like that. Once he weaponized justice against me, I said, oh, wow, that's really incredible. That's never been done before. I can do it. And I'm knocking them out. But sometimes you have crooked judges. We have some real crooked judges, too.
We do have a lot of crooked judges.
The only way I
He's
can
right.
lose is crooked judges, but we'll get it overturned, anything that happens. But once he weaponized, I wouldn't talk that way. In fact, before this happened, before he did this, I treated him not nicely, but I treated him with far more respect than I do right now. It's one of those things. But we can't let these companies come in and steal our wealth, steal our jobs, destroy our companies, and end up building it 10 miles across the border and think we're going to allow them to get away with it. We're not. They have to build it over here, and they have to use our people. So it's going to happen. And Michigan will benefit more than any state in the union because they stole your auto industry, and we're going to bring it back, and it's going to be at a level that it was in its height. Okay? You hear that, John James? You hear that? We're going to put John James in charge.
John James, he's in charge.
And the amazing thing, it's not even hard to do. It's not even hard. It's so crazy. If you want to build something in China, you're building it here and you send it over there. We don't want it. They'll charge you like 250% tariff. We don't want it. Then you get an invite. Build your plant over here. So these companies, they go over there. Harley Davidson did it in India. They couldn't sell. They had a 200% tariff on motorbikes. I had them in the office in the White House, the Oval Office, and the head of Harley Davidson. I was disappointed in that, actually, that we were talking about it. I was telling them the problems, and I was going to help them out. But I said, how are you doing in India? No good. Why? We have a 200% tariff. In other words, if we sell a bike, they have like this massive tariff. And I said, well, if you have a 200% tariff, that means you're not going to be able to sell any. But they invited them over to build a plant, and Harley Davidson went, and I guess they're building the plant or built it or something. But that's what they do. I don't blame India. I blame us for allowing it to happen. It's not going to happen anymore. I had it stopped, and then we had the COVID fight. We had to fight COVID. We did a great job. We never got the credit. We got credit for military. We got credit for everything. I defeated ISIS. We did unbelievable
This
things.
is Donald Trump talking.
We got the biggest tax
On
cut in
RSBN.
history, the biggest regulation
In
cuts in
Michigan.
history.
His
When
rally.
I go to the companies, the big companies,
You're
highly
welcome.
sophisticated, I said, so I got you the biggest tax cuts in history, and that was good for jobs. And I got you the biggest regulation cuts in history, and that was good for jobs. If you could only have one, would you take the regulation cuts or the tax cuts? Every single person, and I must have asked the question 200 times over the years, said the regulation cuts were more important than the tax cuts.
The regulation cuts are more important than the tax cuts.
But we got you the biggest regulation cuts in history. Before I even arrive at the Oval Office, shortly after we win the presidency, we win. We're going to all win it together. I will have the horrible war between Russia and Ukraine settled, and I will be the only one that can make this statement. I will prevent World War III from happening. You're very close to World War III.
He'll prevent it from happening. From happening. They're very close to this.
The
World War III.
Afghanistan disaster, which probably caused Putin to go in. And by the way, he wouldn't have gone in with me. He would have never gone in with me. And he didn't. And by the way, he didn't. But the Afghanistan disaster, not the fact we're getting out. I was getting out. After 21 years, you get the hell out. But I would have kept Bagram. It's 1 hour away from where China makes its nuclear weapons. We gave it to them so stupidly. It's one of the biggest airfields in the world. We built it many years ago for billions of dollars.
Wow.
We were going to keep that. We were going to man it, keep it. Think of it, 1 hour away. You know who has it now? China has it now.
Oh,
How
China's got it
stupid
now.
Are we? Should
Trump
have
is
kept
right.
that.
China's has
And
got it.
You know, the lift should have been done at Bagram, not their little local airport where they had riots all over the place, and then the bombs started going, killing 13 of our great people, obliterating, I heard the number this morning, 47. That's maybe the right number because we're looking at 47, you know that, right?
You're looking at the next 47th president of the United
States.
States.
Their legs gone, their arms gone, their face just wiped out. And hundreds of people besides, hundreds of people. The worst catastrophe, the worst, most embarrassing disaster, I think, ever that happened ever in this country. And because of that, I think Putin looked at that, the incompetence, the stupidness of Milley and these guys that don't know what the hell they're doing, and he looked at it and he said, this is a great time to go into Ukraine. But he would have never done it with me. If I was president, the Afghan disaster would have never happened. Ukraine would have never happened. And October 7th, the attack on Israel would have never happened. Remember,
Ukraine would have never happened. Israel would have never happened. Trump is right.
Now they have $250 billion. But we'll get along with Iran. We'll get along with whoever we have to get along with. But it would have never happened. All of the things, and you know what wouldn't have happened? Inflation wouldn't have happened because I had energy low. Inflation was caused by energy going up twice. I will restore a thing called peace through strength. That's what we have.
Peace through strength.
Remember, I'm the only president in 80 years that I started no new wars. I finished some. Totally defeated the ISIS caliphate. In my next term, we will build a great Iron Dome missile defense shield over our country, a dome the likes of which has not been seen. And it will be entirely built in the USA, and much of it will be built right here in Michigan. Why shouldn't we have the same protection that other countries have built? Why shouldn't we have the same protection that Israel has and that other countries have? And Ronald Reagan wanted to do this many years ago, but honestly, we didn't have the technology. Now we do. 301 missiles we shot at Israel, and almost every one of them was knocked out of the sky. It's an unbelievable technology. And it's our technology, and we're going to use it for our country, and we're going to be a lot safer than not having it. The Iron Dome, we're going to build the great Iron Dome. The latest and the greatest, and much is going to be made right here in Michigan, as you can imagine. And we will not cut one penny from Social Security or Medicare.
Not one penny he
won't. And they
won't.
are really, they want to raise the retirement age. Biden wants to raise the retirement age, and they're going to. You know why? All of these immigrants coming in, they're trying to put them onto Medicare and Social Security. So not only do they want them to vote, they want to destroy Social Security and Medicare. It's not going to happen, and we're not raising your age. One day, he's going to destroy. First of all, he doesn't have any idea what the hell he's doing. But I kept that promise.
That is true, he don't.
I remember they said, he'll come in and raise Social Security. I went through 4 years. It was never even a topic that was allowed to be discussed. Because we have, between the liquid gold under our feet and all of the other things and the growth mechanism that we have in this country, we don't have to cut Social Security, which people have earned, and we're never going to cut it. And when you hear that stupid guy, that low IQ guy, get up and say, I inherited 9% inflation. False. He inherited 1.4, but really nothing. And when he says he's going to raise Social Security, no, false. He's going to raise it because he's stupid. That's why he's going to raise it. Don't believe it. They have this line where it goes one after the other. But one thing, it's very simple.
The Biden administration wants to collapse this country.
Because they don't want to
Trump wants to save this country.
The tax cuts that I gave, it's approximately a 4 times increase, and they don't want to renew them. But you can't believe these people when they get up. Biden and I watched Camilla the other day, brilliantly put on Fox. I don't know why Fox does it. Please, Fox, will you please get smart? Will you please get smart? And she's ranting, he is going to destroy Social Security. He's going to destroy Medicare. He's going to destroy this. I mean, just made up.
Wow.
It's just sound bites. It's disinformation. That's the other thing they're good at. They say anything they want to say. I am going to protect your Social Security. We're not going to be raising the number of years. We're not going to raise it by 1 day, let alone 1 year or 5 years or 10 years like some stupid people want to do. We're going to grow our country. It's going to be growth. And it's going to be using the assets and resources that we have, much of it right under the ground. We're going to rebuild our cities into beacons of hope, safety, and beauty better than they have ever been before. We're going to have to work with the Democrat governors and mayors on that. But our cities are just horribly run. And then we have our capital, our beautiful capital in Washington, D.C.
I love that capital in Washington.
We're going to clean it up. We're going to renovate it. We're going to rebuild it. We're going to make our capital the most beautiful anywhere in the world. We're going to get rid of the nightmare of murder and crime. And it will become the most beautiful capital anywhere in the world once again, but far more beautiful than it was before. And when you want to go from Michigan to see the Washington Monument, yes, we're keeping the name Washington. We're not changing the name.
Amen.
Or the Jefferson Memorial,
That's
where
right.
there's a big move
We're
to
going to keep
change
that
the name.
Jefferson
We're not
Memorial.
changing the name. Remember when they were knocking down statues and I was president and I found an old bill and I reenacted the old bill. Anybody touching, knocking down, or even trying to harm any of our great statues or monuments goes to jail for a 10-year period with no
It will go to jail for 10
and
years
no shortening of the sentence.
period. Automatically.
And it was a beautiful
Yes.
sight as we watched everybody leave town. They left town so quickly. They left town. We said, bye, everybody. No, we have to meet people that have evil intentions. They wanted to knock down the Jefferson. If I didn't get the military out to save the Jefferson Memorial, they would have done a job. But I found this old law that today we're almost incapable of producing things like that. 10 years, and there's nothing like good behavior, and you get out in 2 days. It's 10 years in jail if you touch our monuments, if you even try to knock them down.
That's right.
I had a news conference, I signed it, and everybody left town. It was a beautiful thing to do.
We need that kind of law because they shouldn't be knocking down
Changing the name of
statues.
Jefferson, Washington, Lincoln.
They shouldn't be doing that.
Like they did our forts.
Good.
I get out of office, they did our forts, right? We won 2 world wars of those forts, and now they have different names, many of them. Fort Bragg, and the people that live next to Fort Bragg are not happy. They're not happy. They changed the name. We won 2 world wars out of Fort Bragg, and then they decide to change the name because they think it's politically correct. On day 1, I will sign a new executive order to cut federal funding for any school pushing critical race theory, transgender insanity, and any other inappropriate racial, sexual, or political content onto the shoulders of our children. And I will not give 1 penny to any school that has a vaccine mandate or a mask mandate.
Yes, sir.
We
Woo!
will keep men immediately, day 1, out of women's sports. And I will fully uphold our very important but under siege Second Amendment, as I did for 4 years. And I got the full endorsement from the NRA. You saw that. They gave us their full, strongest endorsement. No, for 4 years I protected, and it was not that easy to do. We will protect innocent life, and we will restore free speech, and I will secure our elections. Our goal will be one-day voting with paper ballots, proof of citizenship, and voter ID. It's very simple.
IDs, that's what I want to hear.
But until then, Republicans must win. We have to win, 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 win. We want a landslide that is too big to rig. I said it before. I'll say it 100, 200, 300 times before that very spectacular date. But remember, November 5th is not really the date. It starts in early September, North Carolina and some others. Because now we have these ridiculous laws where you can vote before the election, after the election. We got to have one-day voting. What happened to those ballots that were over there last week? Oh, sir, we moved them around a little bit. Oh, really? I mean, think of it. You vote 2 months early. Nobody knows what the hell's going on. Where are all the ballots that happened? Why are they using a shovel? They're shoveling off. You ever see what goes on? Take a look at what happened in Georgia. They're shoveling ballots into wheelbarrows, moving them around. If you took the 10 worst presidents in the history of the United States and added them up, they would not have done near the destruction to our country as Joe Biden and his horrible Biden administration have done. They're destroying our country. They are destroying our country. And you know, we get up and we have levity, we have laughter, but honestly, there's really nothing funny about it. They got millions and millions of people, many of whom are criminals and terrorists, flowing through, and people from mental institutions flowing through into our country totally unchecked. And they moved many of them into hotels. Some of them are luxury hotels. Hotel owners are making a fortune by destroying their hotel in a certain way.
Listen to
But they're making a fortune. And our military is living on the street with nothing. And yet they're putting these people into luxury hotels. So if you want to save America, get your friends, get your family, get everyone you know and vote. You got to vote early, vote absentee. I don't care how you vote. You know, they all say, oh, sir, we have to vote early. Well, you know, a lot of times you vote early, that's gone. You got to vote, and you got to follow your vote. Make sure it doesn't get canceled out. You can do it. Vote on election day. I don't care how you vote, you've got to vote. Vote early if you want. Everyone say vote early. I don't. But look, you got to vote, and you got to get out and vote. You got to protect your vote. That's what Michael's doing. He did it better than anybody else in the country in North Carolina. That stayed right here. When Georgia went down, when Pennsylvania went down, it stayed right there. All of a sudden, in certain states, they found all these votes. A totally rigged election. We're never going to let it happen again, because this time if it happens, we're not going to have a country. We won't have even a semblance of a country left. And if you want to help us ensure election integrity, sign up. It's called protectthevote.com. Protectthevote.com. Sign up. And that's on election integrity. You got to watch and watch very carefully. So in conclusion, from Marquette to Midland, from Lansing to Flint, and from Detroit to right here in Grand Rapids. We've had great victories in Grand Rapids. Remember when we won the state of Michigan? Now, we did much better the second time. I won't mention that. But remember, and I was at Grand Rapids, and we came in, and we had a crowd like nobody ever saw late in the evening. Remember that? You were there? And we had a crowd like nobody's ever seen before. I said, why would we lose Michigan? And we ended up winning Michigan. I was right. Actually, Bill Clinton told Hillary that he was in Michigan. You're going to lose. You know, he's a good politician. You had a natural instinct. He said, you're going to lose Michigan. You're going to lose Wisconsin. They said, whoa, why are we listening to this man tell us this? And he was right. Wisconsin and Michigan. I said, why are we going to lose? We had 49,000 people show up. She had like 300 people show up. I said, why are we going to lose? And we won Michigan. And then we did much better the second time, but bad things happened. We're not going to let that happen anymore. We stand on the shoulders of the brave Michigan patriots and tough Michigan workers who manned the first assembly lines. You remember that? Does anybody remember that? It's a long time ago. Anybody remembers that? They're extremely old. Is there anybody that wants to admit? They revolutionized industries and turned this state into a manufacturing powerhouse like no other. And we're going to bring it back. And we're going to bring it back. I'm not talking about lots of other industries. I'm talking about the auto industry, because it's such a big industry. I can say we're going to bring back cement. We're going to bring back all sorts. I'm just talking very simple. It's so simple. It's going to happen so fast. You're going to be at a level as though you were from 30, 40 years ago. You're going to manufacture cars again at a level that you haven't seen in many, many decades. You probably have to get rid of this fool, this stupid idiot representing the United Auto Workers, because he sells the auto. You know, I'm much more popular than anybody with the auto workers. We're going to get 95% of their vote.
The fool is
but
stupid.
They have a guy that, I mean, he pushes the electric mandate, and they're going to be made in China. They got to get rid of that guy. He's bad news. Your Michigan ancestors gave us Motown, the Mustang, and the might of the American Midwest. And it really is a might. They forged the steel, laid the railroads, tilled the fields, fought the battles, and won the victories that made America into the greatest and most powerful nation in the history of the world. It's true. It was the most powerful. But now we are a nation in decline, and it's a very serious decline. We are a failing nation. We are a nation run by fools and stupid people. We are a nation that has lost its confidence, its willpower, and its strength.
That's
We're
right.
a nation that has lost its way, but we are not going to allow this horror to continue. We're not going to let it happen. Less than 4 years ago, we were a great nation, and we will soon be a great nation again. With the right leadership, every disaster crooked Joe Biden has created can be fixed, and very, very quickly. Every problem can be solved, and every wrong can be rectified. By this time next year, America's borders will be strong, sealed, and secure. Very easily. Get ready, Tom Homan. Inflation will be in full retreat. Our economy will be roaring back. Optimism will be surging. You will have your confidence back. We don't have any confidence. That's like an athlete that can't sink the shot, can't hit the ball, lost his calm. We're going to have you hitting the ball again. We're going to have you playing at the top of your game. The American dream will be thriving again for citizens of every race, religion, color, and creed. Law and justice will reign all throughout our land. Freedom will be restored. The flame of liberty will be burning bright. Crooked Joe Biden, the worst president in the history of our country, will be a fading memory of the past, and our great silent majority, including the once forgotten men and women of our country, will be the one shaping America's magnificent future when I am the 47th President of the United States
of America. Not the 45, not the 46, the 47.
Because we are all Americans, and together we will show November 12th to be the most important day in the history of America. It will be the most important day. And when we turn it, our country's going to be great again. And if we don't turn it, our country is finished. You know it, and I know it, and everybody knows it.
We all know it.
We are one movement, one people, one family, and one glorious nation under God. And together we will make America powerful again.
There it is.
We will make America wealthy again. We will make America strong again. We will make America proud again. We will make America safe again. And we will make America great again. Thank you very much. Thank you, Michigan. Thank you very, very much.
Michigan.
Thank you.
Well, you heard from Donald Trump, man. You heard it. Yeah, well, I mean, if, instead of him being the 45 or the 46, he's going to be the 47th president of the United States of America. And so everyone, get out there, vote, and vote and vote. We got to get out there. We got to fight and keep fighting. And we got to flip the Senate, and we're going to flip the House, and we're going to bring back. We're going to have a republic. We're going to be reunited with the Republicans again, like before, like beforehand. Massachusetts. This was a This was Republican. Okay, this was a red state before until Frank Roosevelt got a hold of it and brought in the New Deal, and that's when it turned into a Democratic city. So we want to go to flip the House. We need to flip the House and the Senate, so that way we have both. So that way we can turn this thing into reunite with the Republicans again. So that's what we want. I mean, so that way we can bring our auto industries back here. We can bring our companies overseas back here again. It will happen if you flip the state. You know what I'm saying? So two states need to be flipped. So so this was a red state before until the Republicans until Frank Roosevelt created the New Deal. So I mean, this was so we want to flip the Senate. We want to flip the House, so that way, if we can flip all the states, we can reunite again as Republicans again in the United States. So, I mean, we want to bring back our auto industries, like before, and and bring back all our companies that are overseas back here, so people can have jobs over here. So that way, America can be saved again. We want to be safe in America, okay? We don't want criminals coming over here, okay? Criminals and sex trafficking and all that stuff coming over here. Donald Trump is right. We don't need sex trafficking, murderers coming over here or anything. So we don't need all of that, okay? So we want people to be safe. That's what. See, we weren't safe under the Biden administration, okay? We were safe under the Trump administration. So we need people to get out there and vote. Vote November 5th. If you got to get, wherever you live, if you live in Michigan, and if it's early voting out there, get out there and vote. If you live in New Bedford, get out there and vote. If you live in Massachusetts, get out there and vote when it's time. You know what I'm saying? And all these mail-in ballots, they also have to go too. You know what I'm saying? We have no use for we have no use for them. And when I say this, people get mad when I say this. And and it's okay. You know what I'm saying? It is. It's okay. It's okay for people to get mad. That's all right. I mean, we sometimes we can agree and disagree. Sometimes we can agree and disagree. But at the end of the day, we're all friends. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? When this is all over, So I mean, we have to. You know what I'm saying? It's if we can flip the House and the Senate, we got to flip it all. You know what I'm saying? So that way the Republicans, okay. So that way the Republicans, we can reunite Republicans, okay? So that way we can bring the auto industry back here and bring all our businesses back here like we had the last time, okay? We had a great economy, okay? We had a great economy until Roosevelt, okay? Frank Roosevelt, when he introduced the New Deal, that's when everything went downhill, okay? And with Frank Roosevelt, that was a while ago. That was even before when I was born. You know what I'm saying? I mean, way before. My grandmother told me about this. My father told me about this. You know what I'm saying? About this New Deal. I knew about this New Deal a long time ago. You know what I'm saying? So I did. I knew about this a long time ago. And but I mean, hey, we're gonna flip the House. We're gonna flip the Senate, and if we can flip all the way around, believe me, we can reunite as Republicans again, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? And so, with that being said, I got something else more to say. And let's see here. So I just want to. Well, I mean, that's Trump's words, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, if you're early voting in Michigan, get out there and vote. If you're voting in Massachusetts, get out there and vote. I mean, hey, it's so and yes, we want to bring back voter ID. You know what I'm saying? So we want to. You heard him. You know what I'm saying? He's going to be the 47th president of the United States of America because Biden is stepping down. Okay, Biden is stepping down from being president because he's incompetent. Okay, he is. Sometimes the guy don't even know what he's saying half the time. You know what I'm saying? And that's dangerous. You know what I'm saying? You're putting when you have Biden in office, you're putting the country at risk. Okay, you're putting the country at risk. So you're putting the country at risk, and when you put the country at risk, then you're putting everybody at risk. You're putting everybody in the whole country at risk. So I mean, so and it's so there we go. So yeah, so you're actually you're putting the whole country at risk. Let me see here. There's something that I wanted to say. Yes, I want to say that Trump has been at the. He went to Pennsylvania. He went to the wake, and he went. He did go to the wake. Trump did, and to go pay his respects too. He did. Him and JD Vance went to the wake, and they paid their respects over there, which was nice. And they called them up. They called up the families. And they did. They called up the families, and they they talked to them. They even the Trump family even started a GoFundMe page, and to give the donations to them. And no, you heard what Trump said, and I'm going to repeat it because so that way there's no misinformation out there. He said that he is not going to take 1 penny out of anybody's Social Security check. So he said that he's not going to take any money out of anybody's Social Security check. So I don't want any misinformation out there. So that's why I played the video, and everything he said, I copied it. You know what I'm saying? That he's not going to take 1 penny, okay? But he's going to cut federal funding, okay? And that's what he's going to do. So, I mean, and he has said that, he's going to end the war in Ukraine. That's what he's going to do. So, I mean, I'm just saying, I know there's probably a lot of people mad out there, but hey, I'm a Trump supporter. You know what I'm saying? I like Trump. Some people like Biden, okay? But hey, I'm a Trump supporter. I'm not a hater. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a hater, okay? So I'm not. So just to be clear, that I'm not. There's a lot of haters out there. And yes, and we are going to secure the border, okay? And we are going to bring back our border patrols too. We're going to secure that, and then we all going to go from there. I've seen it for myself, okay? I've seen it for myself. Under the Biden administration, I look in my wallet, I have no money. I look in the what do you call it? And the Trump administration, I look in my wallet, I got money. Okay, so either way, I have money. So it's like either way, I have money. So under the Biden, I have no money. Under the Trump administration, I have money. So people are mad. Hey, you know what I'm saying? But all those documents, those charges, and everything else and stuff. Those got dropped. They're dismissed. You heard him say it. So you heard him say it the first time. Those actually got dismissed. So but and then at the end of the day, we have to. So then at the end of the day, everybody's friends at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? So and that's the way it's gonna go. I love America. I'm not only fighting for myself, okay? I'm fighting for my grandkids, okay? My grandkids have to, live here. You know what I'm saying? My grandkids have to live here. You know what I'm saying? And yes, my grandkids have to live here, and and their future grandkids have to live here too as well. You know what I'm saying? So. And there is a woman. There was a woman that was on a bus today. She has an autistic son, and he's smart. And you know something? We're fighting for him too. Okay, we're fighting for all of them. Okay, so I mean that's what it is. We want them people to actually learn. We want them to be safe here in America, not have people coming over the border, people jumping over the border, kidnapping, sexually assaulting our kids and everything else. We don't need to have that anymore. Okay, we don't need to have that anymore. Okay, it's done. You know what I'm saying? We have to conceal the border. That's what we got to do. And that's never been done. Gretchen, she lied. Okay? The former governor, she lied. Okay? She lied. Gretchen lied. Okay? She did not secure the border. Okay? None of them secure that border. Okay? So that's why we need to secure that border. Okay? We do. We had enough of this already. We had enough of everybody's nonsense. Okay? You know, the fighting that goes on in Washington, the fighting that goes on in the city council and the mayor's all the fighting that goes over things. Everything that they fight, everything that these people fight about, it's about money. It's not about children. It's not about the people. No representation at all. Okay? Not one representation whatsoever. Trump is the one that always gave us representation. All the time. Representation. So we need to fight. So we are gonna secure the House, we're gonna secure the Senate, and we're gonna make this Republican again like it was. Because a long time ago, this was a red state until Frank Roosevelt introduced a New Deal and messed everything up. And that's why this state is a Democratic state, because of Frank Roosevelt. Okay? Look it up and they'll tell you the same thing. No, we're fed up with this already, okay? We're fed up with all this nonsense that's going on. People, I talk to people out there all the time, and they tell me, Dave, we're fed up already. We are fed up with the nonsense, okay? You know, this is nonsense, okay? Fighting at the bus terminal, knife fighting at the bus terminal, domestic violence going on all over the place. I mean, do you really want this in the United States? Do you really want your kids to actually see this? Huh? Do you actually really want that? Huh? Of course not. You don't want it. You don't want to see domestic violence, domestic abuse. I mean, I hear it on my scanner every single day. There's a fight, okay? There's a fight going on. We don't need it anymore, okay? We don't, okay? We have to put an end to it, okay? Yeah, we don't need fights at the terminal. We don't need, what is it? The domestic violence at the house, at people's houses and stuff, right? We don't need all this no more. Okay? It's getting to the point that people, we all are sick of it already. We're tired of it. Okay? Now it's time to put it to end. Okay? Put it to an end. Okay? Get out there, vote for November 5th. Vote for Donald Trump, the next 47th president of the United States of America. That's what we need. We need a leader, a strong leader. We don't need a weak leader. We need a strong leader, and that strong leader is President Trump, because he's a strong leader. Okay, Joe is not a strong leader. Okay, he's a weak leader. Okay, look what he's doing. If he stays in there, you know what's going to happen? Okay, he's going to put everyone in danger. Okay, everyone, and you all know this. You all know it. You all know what's going to happen. You know, we need a strong leader, and that strong leader is Trump. Okay, you know, whether people like it or not, it's going to be Trump. Okay, he's a strong leader. Okay, you know, you don't realize it, but he is a strong leader. Okay, you know something? Wow, he took a bullet for democracy. Okay. In the ear. He took a bullet in the ear for democracy. Didn't you hear him? He did. Okay? He loves democracy so much, and he even took a bullet in the ear for it. Okay? Yeah. So. And yeah, so we have to. Even Hulk Hogan said the same thing. The mortal Hulk Hogan. Even he said, okay, he said we have to put an end to this. Okay, there's too much going on everywhere. We have to put an end. It's getting worse, worse, and worse. Okay, people are not safe, and the only person that can make us safe is President Donald Trump. Okay, that is the only person that can make us safe. Okay. And J.D. Vance, I looked him up. He's a good guy. Okay, and he's right now, and he's also right there behind President Trump and everything else and stuff on his policies. Trump has good policies. Vince has good policies. J.D. Vince has good policies. Okay, and you heard him. You actually heard him too. Okay, he said he'll debate Whitmer. Anytime he said, hey, it's like he said. Trump said, bring her on. He will. He'll debate her. He doesn't. I mean, it's not saying that Whitmer's going to win, but I mean, or Kamala Harris. I mean, come on. I mean, what is this? You know what I'm saying? But like I said, Biden said that he ain't endorsing Kamala Harris, and I'm not going to be surprised about that. You know what I'm saying? So he's not. But you know, we want a safe country for our kids, right? So this is what we want. Okay? This is exactly what we want. And you know, and it's been too far overdue okay? So we need to change parties. We need to take over the House, and we need to take the fucking Senate, okay? All right? We need to take the House and the Senate, okay? And make this a Republican state again, and make it a red state, because you want to know why? So we can bring back our auto industries. We can bring back our, businesses from overseas and bring them right back here to America. That's what we're looking for, and that's making America great, okay? So everybody can have jobs to go to. When they get sick of one job, they can go to another job, okay? And we're also doing this for the young adults too, okay? The young adults too that are suffering in this country too, as well as we are, as well as my grandkids and my grandkids' kids, future grandkids too, as well. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, you know, and other people. But I just want to say is that I'm going to repeat this again. Trump said that he ain't, okay, going to touch one penny and the Social Security. He said that he ain't, okay? So, I mean, I've been hearing a lot about that. Oh, you know, Trump's going to, you know, take your Social Security and this and that. Trump says he's not going to touch not 1 cent, okay? Not 1 cent inside there. And 1 cent in that Social Security. And everybody said that, you know, Don, he said, Trump did a good job with COVID and everything else and stuff when he put those hospital ships out there. And everyone said no, and then and gave Joe Biden the credit when Joe Biden didn't even do a damn thing for this country whatsoever. Okay, not one thing for this country. He made this country miserable. That's what he did. He made it miserable. Okay, and he made us miserable too. And that's why we need him to step down from office, because he made us miserable. Okay, food prices, gas prices, electric went up and everything. Okay, he made us miserable. Okay, it's time to put this to bed and knock it off and everything else and stuff, and let's get out there and do the right thing. Okay, let's get out there and do the right thing, because Donald Trump wants to do the right thing. Okay, He wants to do the right thing. I just talking loud. He wants to do the right thing, okay? And you know something? They're not after him. They're after us. Because you want to know why? And the only thing that's standing in their way is him, okay? That's why they're after us, okay? And the only way that, and you know that, and he's standing in the way, so that way they don't come after us, okay? So let's put Donald Trump back in the White House because he's a strong leader, and that's a fact, okay? That's a fact. If you want a weak president, that's your business, but I want a strong president. I want my grandkids to survive here in America, okay? To have good things here in America, okay? When I'm not here. Unfortunately, yeah. I mean, and I'm a strong advocate for America, and I'm also endorsing Donald Trump for President of the United States, and Vince too, J.D. Vance. Okay, I'm a strong advocate for that. I like to be a strong advocate because you want to know why? Because I like somebody that's gonna be strong. Okay, that's gonna be strong and not weak. And the reason why the Taliban took over the capital of Afghanistan, because Biden is weak. He was weak. That's what it was. He was a weak president, and they took advantage of that. Okay, situation, everything else and stuff. Now the truth is coming out on everything. From 2020, 2023, everything's coming out now. Okay, everything. Now, what I want to put my hands, on right now is, let's see here. I want to talk about something else that was sent to me earlier today, and let's see here. Oh, there she is, right there. There it is. Now, I want to say this, okay? That 20, I didn't even know this until this came to my attention, okay? Until this came to my attention, I didn't honestly know this, okay? That 20-year-old kid had Biden on the list, Trump on the list, and Trump's former Secretary of State Pompeo on the list. I didn't even know this, okay? All right? I didn't even know this. That 20-year-old kid did. I am telling you, that 20-year-old kid, okay, had every official on the list, public official on the list. That is sad, okay? That is sad, okay? I didn't even know this. And that kid did not act alone either. And I also want to share something here with you. Florida man was arrested for writing threats, threats and everything else to. Oh, it's right there. I'll even show it to you if you read it. Okay. I don't wanna put that out there, but I mean, you see this? I'm gonna actually. The Florida man was arrested and written a threat to kill Trump and Vince days after the assassination attempt. That is sad. Okay, that is so sad. Okay, these people are crazy. That is sad. Wow, unbelievable, man. Unbelievable. That is a sad thing. You know what I'm saying? That is crazy. Okay? All right? That is nuts. I mean, you know, like I told you before, if you hate somebody, then don't vote for them. Okay? Don't carry out acts and don't carry that out like that. I mean, you know, they're politicians. They're trying to do the right thing. You know what I'm saying? Don't carry, the acts out like that. You know what I'm saying? And go around threatening people like that. You know what I'm saying? You know? What is wrong with people? What is wrong with you? What is wrong with these people? You know? You people are nuts. You know? I mean, it's ridiculous. Going around and and doing all these nonsense and crazy things and all. And he mentioned Leon Musk, and he mentioned Hulk Hogan. He mentioned his daughter. He mentioned his son. Donald Trump mentioned everybody. You know what I'm saying? He even brought a few people up on a stage. If you saw that, watch the replay of Michigan, the rally, and you'll see it. Former man was arrested by multiple stores and robberies in the city. Well, he's in jail right now. I just want to put this out there. Massachusetts tax holder week is August 10th and 11th. So if you're going to go out there and buy stuff, you ain't going to be paying any taxes between those dates. So that's it. There is other things out there that I want to actually put out there. Sometimes I tell people get out there and sometimes watch Spindle City Straight Talk too, CJ and Chip. You know what I'm saying? Because they also got some good things that they wanna actually say too. So they also, that's what they do. There's also other things I wanna put out there too. Let's see what's going on here. God help me. I just want to actually put some things out here too. Let me see here what's going on here. But I want to say that the director of the Secret Service, Kathy, I think that's her name, and the other one there, they're going to be fired because they did poorly, as she did poorly as a director, anyways, of Secret Service. It's crazy, it's not It's not about us, okay? For one, it's not about us, okay? It's not, okay? It's about your grandkids, your future grandkids, okay? Yeah, and their future families too as well. You know what I'm saying? So it's about them. It's not about us, okay? It's not about me. It's not about my wife. It's about future grandkids down the road, okay? That's what it's about, okay? This is what democracy is about, okay? Yes, Donald Trump took a bullet for that, man. He loves democracy so much, and he took a bloody bullet for that, okay? And your people treat him like a criminal, okay? All right? You treat him like a criminal, and he took a bullet, okay, for democracy, okay, that he loves so much, okay? When he could have been sitting on the beach and living the life that he wants, okay? But instead, he stood before yous all, and he ran for president in 2016, okay? And he didn't have to, okay? But he could have lived the life that he wanted, okay? With his wife, with his kids, and everything else on the beach, okay? But he didn't, because he loves America so much. He loves democracy so much, okay? And he even took a bullet for democracy. And you guys call him a criminal and everything else and stuff, where he ain't a criminal, okay? You guys made up stories about him. There, stories after stories and stories after stories about him, okay? And you know something? And he took a bullet for you guys, okay? He took a bullet for us, okay? Because them people were after us, not him. They were after us, okay? And Trump took a bullet for us, okay? And you got the nerve to call him a criminal, okay? Okay, you got the nerve to say that he's a criminal when he ain't a criminal. So if he was a criminal, how come he took a bullet for us? Okay, because he loves us. That's why, and he wants America to be great, and he wants to do things for America, for us. He doesn't want us to pay high taxes. He doesn't want us to pay high gas prices. He doesn't want us to pay high food prices. He wants us to have money in our pockets, okay? And nobody sees it, okay? It's always hate, 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 criminal, 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 which is that guy is not a criminal at all, okay? All right? So he has a granddaughter too. He's trying to make it better for his granddaughter too, okay? So, I mean, if anybody noticed that, okay? Which is, I don't think anybody ever noticed, but I mean, it's, you know, I don't think anybody noticed. You know, he wants to make that. It's not about us. Okay, it's not. They're after us. Okay, they are. And you know something. He's standing in the way. And you know something. So that way they don't get to us. Okay. You know, and you guys call him a criminal. You guys say you hate him. You guys say you don't like him. Wow, tremendous. Wow, that is a that is hateful against the former President Donald J. Trump. Okay. You know, let me tell you something. Okay. He loves democracy. That's why he took that bullet. Okay. You know, for us, okay? Think about it, okay? Think about it, okay? Think about it. Say, wow, you know, this guy did this for us. He loves us. He wants us to have a better life, okay? That's what he wants, okay? And you know, but you guys, some of those people out there are so hateful towards him, and it's not right. Okay? It's not right. If you don't like it, you could go back where you came from. Okay? Simple as that. Okay? We are protecting this country, and we're protecting the rights of the people too. And the rights of the people in this country too. So we want to protect the rights of these people in this country. Okay? And you know something? And when we're gonna give him a helping hand to protect the rights of the people in this country. You know, and it's sad. You know what I'm saying? When you have to say that, oh, you know, people go around saying President Trump is going to take their Social Security away. President Trump is not going to take your Social Security away. You know, he's not going to take your Social Security away. He ain't going to take 1 cent, not 1 penny of anybody's Social Security check. Not 1 penny. Believe it or not, he's not. If you want to believe it, that's up to you. Okay, if you want to believe it. But I heard it, and you know something? He's not going to take 1 dime or any penny away from anybody. Okay? And that's the end of that. No, because it's not right. Okay? It's not right. It's not right at all to go and spread hate around, okay? And spread hate anywhere. Because, you know something? If you're miserable with your life, don't make anybody else miserable with their... make anybody miserable with their... anybody else miserable. Because everybody's having a good time. And if you're miserable, hey, that's on you. You can be miserable all you want. But don't make everybody else miserable. I mean, I'm just like a little bit fed up, okay, with all the nonsense and all the hate, okay, all the races. Oh, Trump is racist. Trump ain't racist. He was never racist. He was never racist at all, okay? You made it up. Because of one person, 9 police officers from Minnesota put their knee on George Floyd's neck for 8 minutes. That's not our fault. That's Minnesota. That's not our fault. People should stop moving on with their lives instead of being hating everybody. Man, and there's, I mean, every time I go out there, I have a Trump hat on. Oh, they give you a dirty look. Or they're pegging fingers at you. What do I care? I support the candidate that's running for president, and that's who I'm going to support. Okay? If you don't like it, then you can shove it. That's my opinion. And that's coming from me. I mean, if you got something to say about Trump, when I'm on the bus or walking the streets, come and say something. Because I'll tell you the same thing. Go shove it. That's what I'll tell you. If you don't like it. Go see what China's about. Okay? See if you have any freedom down in China. Down over there. See. Go down there and go rally down there. Go down there and go hold signs down there. See how much freedom you got there. Okay? Go see how much freedom you got there. Then you're going to say, well, gee, you know what? I wish I was back in America, because you want to know why? Because I have more freedom in America than I do in China. Okay? The people down there in China are fighting to come up here. Because you want to know why? Because they have freedom up here better than down there. Okay? Because their government, know something? Their government sucks down there. Okay? Their government. Okay? But the government up here doesn't. Okay? Because they have a lot of freedom up here in America over here. Okay? They have a lot of freedom up here to do what they want. Assemble out there, out in the corners without, having a dictator government come up to you and say, hey, well, you can't do that, or arrest you because you're holding your political sign outside in the corner. We don't do that here. We treat everybody fairly here. Okay? We do all the time. We treat everybody fairly. I just talk loud. I'm not, I'm not upset. I'm not angry. I just talk loud because I feel like that I'm not being heard, and I'm gonna be heard. Okay? I'm gonna be heard. And yet, too, we don't shove things down people's throats. Okay? We don't shove religion down people's throats. We don't shove anything down people's throats. People in America here are free to do whatever they want up until the extent. Okay? That's what they're free. They're free to do whatever they want up until extent. Freedom of speech. They're free to say whatever they want. And this is why I love America, because we can say things up until the extent. Okay? Up until a certain point. That's what I want to say. Okay? Up until a certain point. And and everyone calls Trump a dictator. He's not a dictator. China, their government down there is a dictator. Down there. It is. Okay? And I had a lot of Chinese people come up to me. Wow, you know what? You know why I'm here? Because our government down in China is a dictator down there. Dictates everything. Okay? We can't do this. We can't do that. That's why we move up here to America. And I said, whoa. I said, you know something? I said, you're welcome to stay here. You're welcome to live here if you want. Okay? Again, you know what I'm saying? That's a dictator down at the government down there. Okay? That's why I prefer a red state. I prefer flipping both Senate and the House. That way we can make this red. That way we can bring out all our industries back here so everybody can have jobs. Okay? Everyone. Okay? So everyone, they can have jobs. Okay? I mean, it's simple. Okay? It's as simple as that. Okay? If you want jobs to be going back, if you want a job, okay, what is all this? Boy. What is this? Oh, well, people are leaving. Oh, brand new color? What's going on with this? Wow, check this out. What is going on with this? Let me see this. Wow. I wonder what happened here. Looped into here. I don't know what happened over here, so I would just beware with me a bit. I'm trying to fix it. All right, so yeah, I think I have the chat. Nope, that's a private chat. I don't want a private chat. I don't know who's looping my video here, so I don't know what's going on here. Could somebody please send me a message? Write a message if they can actually see the actual chat. I don't know what went on here. I have to put on my other glasses because something just happened here. I don't know what happened here. Let me see the banner, I think, or something. Check out the banner. Yeah. Let's see. Use the banner, symbolize the talking plants and display the call to action. Let me see. Something went on here. I don't know what went on here. Oh boy. I have no comments. Okay, here we go. I got my comments back. All right. Well, geez, I thought I lost my comments for a little bit here. I did. I thought I did. So yeah, I thought I really lost my comments here. I didn't realize, that private chats, recording, comments, and stuff like that. So I thought I actually lost them, and so I have to. This is an example of any banners, and click on banners to show on your screen. Yeah, so I have to click on banners now. I mean, it's making it like really difficult for me to to do this now. At that point. So yeah, but yeah, it is though. It's making me difficult to actually do. It's 7:55. It's almost 8 o'clock. I have my medication I have to take, so I'm just going to do a few words. I mean, I'm sorry for being loud. I apologize for that. It's from both sides. I mean, it's from the Biden administration to the government till city elections or something like that. There's fighting everywhere. Sometimes and we feel like that we're not safe anymore. So we feel like that we're not safe anymore. You know what I'm saying? We feel like that my grandkids are not safe anymore. Our children are not safe anymore. You know what I'm saying? So that's why we are, out there fighting for what, to be safe. You know what I'm saying? And and Biden wasn't a good representation for this country. He wasn't. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't at all. Kamala Harris wasn't either. She was a she had marbles in her mouth too. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how she got that job, but well, I don't want to say, but but I'll just keep those opinions to myself. But I just, we want good representation, even for the country. We want good representation, and having good representation for this country means that if we have to elect Donald Trump, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? Because Trump is a stronghold. You know what I'm saying? And he's strong, and he gives us good representation into this country, and nobody realizes that. You know what I'm saying? Everybody thinks that Trump's a criminal, Trump's this, Trump's that. Oh, I mean, you can talk about Trump all you want. It's a free country, but you know something? But that doesn't, you could say he's a criminal. That doesn't say he is. You know what I'm saying? People can lie like hell about somebody. You know what I'm saying? Come on. People can lie like hell about someone. You know what I'm saying? You can actually walk down the street or be on a bus and just say if there was no cameras on the bus and some guy comes up to you or some woman comes up to you and says, he touched me on the shoulder, and there's no cameras on the bus. How are you going to prove that? You're going to jail, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? That's it until they find out otherwise. You know what I'm saying? You're going to jail. Anybody could lie. You know what I'm saying? Anyone. Okay, anyone. Okay, guy could lie and say that he hit me or he punched me. You know what I'm saying? Or he's racist. He called me a name and call the cops on you and have you arrested. Things like that. You know what I mean? That's why I carry around a body cam with me. You know what I'm saying? On my shirt. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you'll see it on my backpack. You know what I'm saying? Because who can you trust out there? You know what I'm saying? You can't even go out there and hold a flag without somebody want to whip a bottle at you, or they want to come after you to beat you up because you're wearing a Trump hat or you're out there with a flag. This is a free country. Anybody can do what the hell and what they want in this country. If we're supporting a candidate, we should be able to be out there and hold flags without retaliation. Okay, in this country. Okay, and so now the reason I don't have time to do that, but that's why it's not because I'm doing it online. So that's why I'm online talking. You know what I'm saying? I'm more safer in my house than I am outside. You know what I'm saying? Let's put it that way. Take that one, huh? Yeah. Yeah. And it's pretty sad. You know what I'm saying? It is. It's sad, and we shouldn't even be. We shouldn't even feel like that. You know what I'm saying? We should be able to stand out with a flag, hold a flag out there. That's it. You know what I'm saying? If you support a candidate, fine. Okay, you should be able to. You can come by and say, hey, and I don't like him. You know what I'm saying? Okay, fine. Okay, fine. Okay, that's your business. Okay, you should be able to go out and hold signs for your candidate too, as well. You know what I'm saying? Anybody should be able to. Okay, without fear and retaliation against anybody. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I hear a lot of, sometimes when I got my earphones on my ears out there, or I'm quiet, I'm on my phone on the bus, I hear a lot of this and a lot of that. Oh, look at this guy over here. He's wearing a Trump hat and everything else and stuff. And I'm like, I have to roll my eyes around and, and try to keep my comments to myself because, I don't want to get kicked off the bus. So I have to roll my eyes around and continue on my phone and hold my comments to myself. You know what I'm saying? Because, because I would have plenty of mouthful to say, and tell them, and say, hey, look, you can go kick rocks. Okay? You can go kick rocks, and that's it. Okay? You know, and that's it. But you know what? I'm not like that. Okay? I won't say anything to anybody, but if you get on my nerves, then I will. Okay? I will say, go kick rocks, or go kick a brick down the street, and make sure it hits you. It hits your father in the head with it. I don't care. That's just me. My father always told me, Dave, if anybody, you know, comes up to you, says anything to you, starts with you, just give him a piece of your mind. Give it to him. And you know something? And I do. Because you want to know why? Because my father didn't take any crap from nobody, right? Now, I don't take any crap from nobody. So, if you don't like Trump, go kick rocks. If you like Biden, more power to you. But, wait a minute. Wait a second. But Biden is dropping out. He ain't no longer going to be president of the United States. And you know something? But he needs to, because he's putting his country in great danger. He is. The way he talks, the way he explains things, Biden's putting his country in great danger. He's putting everybody in great danger. And it's not right. Okay? And if you have Kamala Harris run, guess what? She's worse. She'll put us in more danger. Barack Obama's wife, too, same thing. Oh, Gretna. I just love the idea of Gretna that Trump said, bring her on if she wants to run for president. I'll beat it. He says he said that he'll beat her in the election. Trump's a bear, Rippin is a cat. So Whitner would lose, definitely. So Whitner would lose, but I don't think she wants anything to do with the presidential election, because I don't think so. Massive win in an election. Massive win. Elon Musk has just fully endorsed Donald Trump after the assassination attempt on his life. So he got fully endorsed, and he got fully endorsed in Michigan tonight. So he did too. He got fully endorsed, and this is what the people have to say. And I'm going to read them out. Rebecca Rogers says, two amazing men fighting the fight together and to make America great again. Thank you, Leon. Thank you, Mr. Musk, for endorsing President Trump. Are both great Americans. That is fantastic. Thanks for supporting a man who puts America first. Thank you, Mr. Musk, for your support of this beautiful country we live in. Thank you, Elon Musk, supporting the best president of the United States in history. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Mr. Musk. Thank you, Mr. Musk. Great. You are amazing. Mr. Musk, thank you for supporting President Donald Trump. Great. Thank you. To a great mind. Appreciation for your great help for your great country. Thank you, Leon. We need more like you in our beautiful USA. Thank you for your help. Determined man who will lift our country to greatness of God. God bless you. Thank you, Leon Musk. Thank you for your kindness and generosity. Thank you, sir, for what you are doing. Support our country and the men who can make a great again with the help of God and Savior in his life for a reason. Thank you, sir. Thank you. And thank you, Mr. Musk. Amen. Thank you. Thank you, Leon Musk, for your support. Praise God. Thank you, Leon Musk. Thank you. And thank you so much, sir. Thank you. And, and the list goes on and on and on and on. And I don't want to, keep doing this. So that list goes on and on. And I be reading all day. I become the famous reader. You know what I'm saying? I'd be so great at it. You know what I'm saying? And I'll be grabbing books later on and reading blah, 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 all the way down. But that's not me. But anyways, I got it fixed. And, and that's great. So now I can see people's comments and stuff come pouring down, baby. Yeah, there you go. That's it, man. It's all good. And yeah, it is. I love it. But it's a great thing. But we want to flip the House and the Senate. And then we want to flip it all through the whole thing. Michigan, Minnesota, Alaska, all over the place. We want to flip it around again, because if we want to flip it again, because I think it's great. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we can bring back all the companies that went overseas. We can, if we flip it. Okay, but like I said before, Massachusetts was red before. It was. Okay, it was until Frank Roosevelt got a hold of it and brought the brand new deal. It wasn't right. Okay, I wasn't here for that. So, but my father, my grandmother, my grandparents told me that. I was like, "Ooh, really?" I said, "Damn!" But then I looked it up, and then something? Then it was the truth. It was the truth. So, I have a question to everyone. Do you want a strong leader, or you want a weak leader? Think about it. Just think about it. Because you know something? If you continue on wanting a weak leader, guess what's going to happen? Okay? You're going to have a weak country. And this country's going to go to hell. But that's totally up to you. It is. It's totally up to you. But everyone, even some of the Democrats, even some of the ones that are Democrats, they are changing over to Republican. And they're changing over rapidly and very quick. Okay? Because you want to know why? Because they're tired of it. Okay? They're tired of not having anything. And they're tired of the Democratic Party fighting back and forth all the time. Each time, even when it's election day, they keep fighting. Okay? Fight back and forth. Fight back and forth. I mean, it's like they're in kindergarten. You know what I'm saying? It's in they're in preschool. Fight back and forth over this, over that, over this, over that. Basically, let's put it this way. Nobody can get along. Okay? Like I said before, we can agree and we can disagree. Okay? That's how that goes. We can agree, but we can disagree. Okay? But I don't go around. When I see somebody with a Biden hat, I don't go up to them and say, "Hey, I don't like you because you're wearing a Biden hat." I don't go and say that. I don't. I honestly don't. If I see somebody with a Biden hat, or a Kamala hat, or a Whitmer hat, I'm not going to say, "Hey, I don't like you." And it is what it is, and everybody's got an opinion. There shouldn't be no hate. It should be positive. Okay. Well, let's leave that guy alone. He's got a Trump flag. We're just gonna go by there and say, "Hey, we don't want Trump." Okay. I don't mind that. I don't care about that. You know what I'm saying? But don't come by and whip bottles and throw stuff at people and everything else because you hate a candidate and take it out on us. But I'm going to tell you straight up, Biden loves America. Trump loves America. Trump loves America. He took a bullet for you guys. He took a bullet for us. He took a bullet for us. For our democracy. Okay? Even Trump said he could have been sitting on the beach and say, hey, you know what? The hell with all this. But no. He wanted to be the president of the United States. He wanted to make a president of the United States. He wanted to make this country great. Okay? Because he's tired of this country going down the tubes. Okay? It's going down the tubes. Whether you know it or not. It's going down the tubes. And you know something? Everyone I talk to out there, people that are in politics, even politicians, they tell me, Dave, this whole country's going down the tubes. That's why we need a strong president that's going to take care of this country and take care of us. So, I mean, that's totally up to you, how you guys want to take the message. So, before I hang this up, I got to go take I got medication to take. So I got one more thing to say here. Okay, I have one more thing to say, and I am going to actually say it because you know something, and and I'm also free to say it. Okay, let's see here. I gotta go back to what page? God. Tomorrow won't be no show because I gotta work on Monday. So I'm just letting you know that. Wednesday I'll be back at 6:30, the normal hours. So I'll be back. I'll be back at the normal hours. To talk about more of what is happening to America. So let me see here. Jeez. Oh yes. I mean, people need to stop being hated and start hating on people, man, because it's not right. Okay, it's not right at all. Okay, it's not right. How would you like me, to say, hey, hey, what are you doing with that Biden hat on? Biden's a creep. Would you like me to say that? I can, and I'm not ashamed to do it, but I won't. Because you know what? Because it's not right. It's not right at all to do so. That's why I won't do it. And and I do not expect anybody else to do it. Okay? You can say, hey, I don't like Trump. Okay, fine. But that doesn't stop us for talking to each other on the street and saying hello. So, I'm not ignorant like that. So, and I expect you not to be ignorant the same way. You know, people take my kindness for weakness. And let me tell you something. I'm gonna bring it straight out there to you. And this is live too. The whole world's gonna hear it. Don't take my kindness for weakness. Because I'm gonna tell you something. Okay? I'm not weak. Okay? I'm strong. You know what makes me strong? God makes me strong. That's what makes me strong. Okay? That's why I look the way I look. Because you wanna know why? Because I'm not weak. I'm strong. That's what I want to tell you. God makes me strong. And also God gives me courage, and God gives me wisdom, and he gives me the words to say. Because you want to know why? Because I trust in him. And he trusts me. I have, let me see, more time here. Let me see. See, the thing is, I'm not a sheep. I'm not a sheep. And yeah, so I'm not a sheep. And I'm probably going to be announcing my candidacy for city council soon. I don't know when, but I probably will. I probably will make an announcement in upcoming days, months. Until I find when I'm going to. I want to do this because I really want to do this again, because I feel like that we need a Republican. We need a Republican in the city council because we got there's too much stuff going on. So I want to announce my candidacy up in the up and coming months. Probably next. See, we're almost to August. We're almost at the end of August, I think. Yeah. So we want to. I'm going to do that, and because I don't like what's going on here in the. And I don't like what's going on, but I do have a platform. But I'm not going to say this platform right now because I don't want nobody else with it. I don't want nobody else using my platform. So I do have it, but let's see here. Try to find something else to talk about. I got to talk about one thing. Oh gosh, it's horrible. I can't find it right now. So, but I just want to say thank you to Adeline for watching. She lives down the road. Thank you for watching. Please share my video out. I'm looking for 500 to 1,000 votes so I can monetize my videos, so I can actually make it better. You know what I'm saying? So, but take care, everybody. Have a great night. It's still a ways out for the federal election, but make sure you get out there and make sure you get out there and vote. And November 5th, if you're voting early in Michigan, vote early in Michigan. If you're voting early in Somerset, vote early in Somerset. If you vote wherever you live, if you're voting early, just vote. Because we do want to flip the Senate and the House, and on every state, so that way we can have to bring our industries back here. So we can make this a red state and make this a Republican state again. and keep it that way, because it's been a Democratic state for too long, and we want to make it as a Republican state. And thank you, and have a great day. Bye now. Have a great night.